Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel, Become Better. In today's video we're going to talk all about finding peace. Now I met a person and he actually came to my Zumba class, and he said he was learning the 5 Tibetans, which, if you don't know, that obviously is yoga positions, yoga techniques, and that's really, really cool, you know. He said to me, when you forgive people, you feel peaceful. When you forgive people, you feel peaceful. And I really do believe what he said, because it really is true, you know. Like, when you really, like, forgive people, like, you forgive people for what they've done, forgive people for, you know, like, what they've done and stuff, you feel peaceful. Because if you forgive someone, you'll be like, oh, it's okay, don't worry, and then you feel like peaceful, because if you forgive someone, you'll feel peaceful, which is like really, really, which is a really, really nice thing to think about. And in life, like, feeling peaceful is forgiveness. When you forgive people, you feel peaceful, and especially like in yoga and dance and other related, like, art, crafts, peaceful is like creating, peaceful is like showing people you care about them. And feeling peaceful, it's like coming to a point where you don't expect anything from anyone else, because sometimes we put like really big, high expectations on like other people, and sometimes we put really high expectations on other people, and what can they give me, and blah de blah de blah. But at the end of the day, like, I just feel like if you're like peaceful in yourself and you don't expect like anything else from anyone else, then you will come to a point where you realise in yourself that, oh my gosh, like, I don't really need anything from anyone else, and I can feel peaceful in myself. It's like coming to a point where you're okay with if something doesn't work out the way it's meant to, or you don't get what you want. You've got to come to a point where you feel like you get to a point in your life where you feel like you can genuinely be happy with, like, whatever life throws at you, and like you get to a point where you can genuinely be happy within yourself, as like a creative and an artist, and as a person, and like having, like, it's good to have expectations in life, you know, when it comes to like doing your crafts and doing your passions and your hobbies. And in life there's all these different segments of your life, you know. You've got your work, your hobbies, your passions, your goals, friends, family, blah 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 blah. And sometimes your friends and family may like do something that hurts you, or do something that upsets you, and then you've got to like look back and be like, no, hang on, I forgive you, and I will feel like peace. And feeling peaceful, it takes time, you know. Like, it's like coming to a point in yourself where you feel like, okay, I can handle this, you know. Like, it's like coming to a point where you realise that, like, you're okay on your own. And being lonely kind of really sucks, you know, and feeling like, oh, like, I feel like alone, and I feel like I don't have anyone to talk to or whatever. Like, it can feel like lonely, like, and I think, you know, as humans we're wired for connection, you know, we're wired for companionship and love and like friends and family and like romantic relationships, you know, we are animals basically. We're wired to, you know, like be in a flock, and things like that. And like loneliness is something that like a lot of people do struggle with, and that's completely normal because it's 100% normal because in life you really do like go through stages, you know. Like I go through stages with like my business and like my work, and like I switch different jobs, and I go through like phases in my life, if that makes sense. Like my life isn't always the same every day. Like every few months my schedule changes and I go through different phases, and sometimes I feel up, sometimes I feel down, sometimes I'm in a good place, sometimes I'm in a really bad place, blah de blah de blah. Like, you know, it's not, life ain't easy, you know, and in life, you know, you go through different challenges and setbacks and rejection, heartbreak. You go through so many different things in your life, you know, and like experiences really change you as a person, and coming back to that place where you feel peaceful isn't always attainable, because sometimes you go through hardships or battles or like low points, and that peacefulness isn't always there. And it's sad sometimes, because it's like you want to feel, I think everyone in this life just wants to feel happy, you know. I think the ultimate goal in life is just to feel happy and to do what you love. I generally like believe that, you know. And I've had like lots of jobs in my lifetime, even though I'm only still young. I'm in my 20s, but like in life you go through like so many seasons, and you meet so many different people, and you know, some people stay, some people go, some people come in for seasons, some people come in for lifetimes. You never truly know, but like it's sort of like actions speak louder than words, I guess. Like if you truly want to do, if someone wants to do something, they'll end up doing it, you know. And I'm talking about all these different topics, but what I'm trying to come back to is just like being happy with yourself, to know that you trust yourself. And self-trust is like, I know this video is all over the place, but it's about peacefulness and like self-trust. And self-trust is a really, really important key aspect of life, you know. If you don't trust yourself, like, do you really have anything, you know? And that's like a question that I really like to ask myself, you know. Like, okay, like, do you trust yourself to make decisions and to make the right decisions? And you normally, like most of the time, you know if like you're making a right decision or a wrong decision in life. It's like, I think listening to your intuition and your gut really, really helps with making the right decision. There's no really such thing as like the right decision, but like normally your gut will tell you, okay, we need to move on, we need to like do something else, we need to blah de blah de blah, you know, we need to do something else, you know, we need to go our separate ways. You know, your intuition will always guide you when it comes to like life things and stuff like that. So yeah, like always listen to your intuition and try to trust yourself, you know, because at the end of the day we're all human and we'll go through like thoughts, you know, and sometimes we get negative thoughts, and sometimes, even with me, you get self-doubt and you want to quit and give up. But just please, please, please don't give up, because I have like my own personal story. For example, with my business, I wanted to give up, but I never did. I kept going and going and going, and sometimes I would tell my students like, oh, I wanted to give up, and they would say like, no, don't give up, because like this was everything they needed. So sometimes in life, like, just don't give up and keep going. And if you're passionate about something and you care about something and you believe in something, then just keep going and going and going. And one day you will find someone who really needed that, you know. One time I was going to go on for a dance performance and I didn't want to do it, and I almost backed out and quit. And I thought, no, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do this. But I ended up doing it anyway, and then after, like, a bunch of people from the audience came up to me and was like, oh, I'm so glad I came, like, you really inspired me. And it's crazy because I didn't think I'd ever inspire anyone, and then I ended up inspiring those people. So that's just like an example, you know, of never giving up, because you have something that someone needs, you know. Like, you have something right now that someone needs. And if you're not going to go for it and do that thing that you've been called to, if you're not going to do that thing that you've been called to do that thing, or to express what you're expressing, or to start that business, or to start that new job venture, then, like, there's going to be someone in the world who needs you at that point, and you're just going to end up not doing it because of fear or regret, or, like, because you don't believe in yourself. And that's what I try to come back to, is try and believe in yourself. Even if you don't believe in yourself, still take action. That's what I want to say. If you don't believe in yourself, still take action. Because at the end of the day, taking action is the best thing you can do for yourself. And normally after you take action, you get all the rewarding fulfillments of what you have worked your butt off to achieve, you know. So take action, believe in yourself, and try and find peace within yourself, and know that if you tried your best and it didn't end up where you wanted it to, or regardless, just know that at least you tried and you did everything you could, and just know it wasn't meant to be. And I truly believe that God or the universe doesn't give you what you want until you're ready for it. I truly believe that. And looking back on my life, even though I am still young, but looking back on my life, like, God has never given me everything I wanted in my life. And the times that he has given me what I wanted was when I was ready for it. And looking back, if God gave me what I wanted at a different time, when I wasn't ready, it wouldn't have worked out the way it was meant to work out. So sometimes in life, when you're dating someone and they reject you and you feel heartbroken, or you apply for a job and you didn't get it and you feel like devastated because it was your dream job, just know that, like, God has a better plan for you, and it just wasn't meant to be. And if it was meant to be, then it would have happened. And maybe your dream job will happen later when you're ready for it. So yeah, if something's not meant to be, it won't be. And God's plan is always better than your plan, and the universe's plan is always better than your plan. You know, and if something's going to be, it will be, regardless. So yeah, words of the wise. Hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope you guys can take away so much from this video, because, like I said, all my videos are really special and important, and yeah, so try and feel peaceful in yourself. Know that if something doesn't work out, it just wasn't meant to be. Push harder, grind, improve yourself, and spread positivity in the world, because there's so much negative crap in the world as well. That just be nice to people, try your best, and yeah, so I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out all my other videos here, subscribe over here, and I will see you guys next week for a brand new video. Stay peaceful. I will leave a description link below for the yoga poses as well. And I'll see you next time for a new video. Sorry my uploads have been a bit like all over the place. I haven't been doing it every week, but I will see you guys next time for a new episode. Peace.